Welcome to 5 News Online. I'm Joe Ellison. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson is thinking about running for president in 2024. He says his decision won't be affected by whether or not former President Trump decides to join the race. Now, Hutchinson is wrapping up his second term as governor. Under state law, he cannot run for a third term. He spoke on CNN's State of the Union over the weekend, saying it's time for the Republican Party to move on from Trump. When asked if he was considering a presidential run, Hutchinson said it's an option that's on the table. He added protecting our borders is a key issue for him. Well, before we get to some other top stories, let's check in with meteorologist Zach Scott. And Zach, we have some pretty significant weather on the way.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. We've already seen a lot of rainfall, a couple of waves move through, one during the morning hours, one at lunchtime, and then we're looking at a third wave. Could be a little bit more significant as we go evening into the first part of the overnight. That's going to be along a cold front. And you've seen us post about this, talk about this all day long. We're looking at that risk continuing to grow. We have the level 4 risk out for north central into northeast Oklahoma, just to the west of the Arkansas state line. Again, this is going to be as this cold front kicks up some showers and thunderstorms later this afternoon, or for your Monday afternoon in north central Oklahoma. Will likely move to the east southeast along this front, develop into a line of storms. And again, we'll be tracking it all day. But if that line of storms can get going, they ramp up very quickly, but it takes time for them to wind down. So we'll watch that line of storms move into northwest Arkansas during the evening, continue towards central Arkansas overnight, gradually weakening, but could still pack a punch. I think for northwest Arkansas into the river valley, damaging wind gusts are a primary concern, along with some heavy rain. Again, we've already seen at least an inch of rainfall scattered around a good portion of the region today. Additional 1 to 2 inches of rainfall will be possible, so we could see some flooding concerns, but then the damaging winds, and then also we can count out the potential for some hail and an isolated tornado or two. Again, the afternoon round shifts off towards the northeast. Still watching for a few isolated thunderstorms possible to get going mid to late afternoon. Those would have the potential to be strong and severe. And here comes that cold front, 9 to 10 o'clock. Our northwestern zones continuing to slide eastward as you go 10, 11 o'clock, getting into the river valley. And you see how you get the reds and the purples and the pinks. Again, heavy rain, lightning, damaging wind gusts possible there with some hail cores mixed in. And we could also see the potential for that tornado or two to try to mix in at times. Continues to weaken, but slides off towards the southeast. And by the time we get into your early Tuesday morning commute, again, the brunt of that activity is off towards the southeast. And we're going to be looking to try to dry out with more thunderstorm chances through midweek. Highs for your Monday, upper 60s, low 70s to the north, to some muggy mid-70s off towards the south. Joe.
All right. Thanks so much, Zach. Well, the city of Fayetteville announcing this morning on Monday that Mayor Lionel Jordan is recovering from a medical procedure. City officials say this procedure involved the mayor's heart and happened last week. They say he's recovering at home ahead of a second scheduled procedure. Vice Mayor Sarah Bunch will chair city council meetings and agenda sessions. The city says officials are following existing protocols to ensure city business continues without unnecessary interruptions. Mayor Jordan is expected to return to the office within the next few weeks. And now to some investigations local police have underway. First in Fort Smith, police have named 2 suspects in 2 separate shootings they say are linked. Investigators say witnesses saw Cecil Gardner fleeing after a shooting at MLK Park yesterday afternoon. Now, an hour later, another shooting was reported on South 28th Street. Witnesses saw Christopher Palmer drive away in a 2010 Mercedes. Police say you should consider both of these suspects armed and dangerous and call police if you see them. Now in Springdale, police arrived at this home right here on Butterfield Coach Road just before 7 yesterday morning. They say they found a woman face down in the yard, shot in the head. Investigators believe she's in her 30s. Neighbors say there was a party going on at the home until early Sunday morning. Police asked neighbors to stay in their homes while they collected evidence and investigated the crime scene. No arrests have been made in this case, but of course stay with 5 News here at 5newsonline.com as we work to get more info from police. Well, thank you for joining us here today at 5 News Online. I'm Joe Ellison. You can catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more news and weather. Have a great day.